Good evening, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome back to another episode of David E. Taylor Full Frontal Exposure, where everybody's opinion is a lie. Okay, where should we start? I went to the court case today. It was settled discreetly. It was settled out of court. I don't know for how much, when it was settled, but the case is still open. It hasn't been dismissed yet, because there's still money that hasn't been paid. I don't know which side. The hearing this morning lasted all but a minute. That was it. Lawyers came in and said, Your Honor, they've settled discreetly. The case is the case is going to remain open until all the money's been paid, and that's it. So that case is done and over with. Okay. But, David, that's just the least of your worries, man. I'm still filing fraud reports against you. Your little thing with Harold Lewis, that was one little hurdle David had to get over in this. You no doubt spent a shitload of money on lawyers, okay? No doubt, every little filing, every little motion. David, you paid a lot of money for this case, man. Both sides did. Both sides of this case paid a shit ton of money. And Harold Lewis is no doubt going to want his cut because David was the one that breached the contract. David was the one that fucked up, not Harold Lewis. Yeah, they settled, man. I know. I was kind of bummed when they settled. I was like, eh. You know, for the most part, it was bound to happen eventually. You know how much money? And okay, the judge said, all right, it was fucking funny what the judge said. Let's see. Fuck. I erased what he said. But the judge basically said, he's like, good. He's like, this case has more gray hairs than I do. I thought that was funny as shit, man. I think so too, JX Poe. Yep. I think so too. Harold Lewis was holding him to it. You know? And then David finally broke and probably said, hey, we'll just settle. What do you want? You know? But which leads us to tonight's discussion. Where's the money coming from? No, JX Poe, no money's been paid yet. The case is still open. The case is still open and it hasn't been dismissed yet because the money hasn't been paid all the way up. Whoever's got to pay what, all right? Money hasn't been paid to one of the parties. It was settled discreetly, guys. It was settled discreetly. I don't know when. It was settled discreetly, though. So, which leads us to our discussion tonight is, where the hell is David getting all this goddamn money from? That's one question that I have. And I think a lot of other people have that question as well. David's no doubt, he doesn't get bank loans. I know that for sure, okay? Because one of my silent partners is saying everything they do is in cashier's checks or cash, okay? So there's no doubt, yes, or else they'll end up back in court. Yeah, the case is still open. Absolutely, you're right, JX Poe. Yeah. The case isn't closed yet. The case hasn't been dismissed, right? It hasn't been dismissed because there's still money. Money talks in this, man. A lot of money, again, guys, has been thrown around in this case. Think of how much taxpayer dollars, think of the money that both parties have thrown in this. You know, it's ridiculous amount of money, man. And here all they got to do is settle it. all that wasted time. And they just say, oh, we're going to settle it and have a nice day. No more court case. But somebody's paying money, and it's most likely David. But where's he getting the money from? He's in debt and has already declared bankruptcy once. Knight of NI, yeah, I'm with you there, dude. I'm with you there. He's declared bankruptcy once. He's probably about to declare bankruptcy on JMMI this year with taxes because he hasn't filed in 5 years, guys. JX Poe, I think you're right on, man. I think you're right on. Maybe they saw they we're going to need money and maybe the settlement amount wasn't what they thought it was. Because there's new flooring going in the 1302 Wild Horse Meadows. It's off the market, so they still have that place. So they still have the 3 mansions, okay? The one was taken off the market. Miguel Lara, okay, I'm with you there. Hit that like button too, man. Hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. Yeah, he's got to have cash flow sitting somewhere. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, he's got to have that money sitting somewhere, man. He doesn't have bank accounts, guys. Keep that in mind. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Chuckwood. It's going to go some extra innings, man. See, man, you guys are all dude, you guys are all hitting on very valid points. He hasn't filed his taxes with JMMI. It's now a trucking company. He switched to KOGGC, right, is now the new scam. Joseph and Michelle, all right, check this out. Everything is now switched to Joseph and Michelle, and they're claiming to be brother and sister now, okay? Night of NI. See, guys, we have people here. David, there's so many people here that are no, hey, Colt, watch. I'm with you there, Night of NI. Why hasn't his ass just been shacked up, man? No bank accounts. That's why I'll file these fraud reports, and I recommend everybody else do it too. There's links in the channel. They're already pre-filled. All you got to do is print them out, but you have to send these in. You have to mail them in, guys. I already got my envelopes right here that are stamped. I just got to mail them. That's it. I already got these pre-filled for you guys. All it costs you is a stamp and an envelope and maybe 10 minutes of your time. All right. There's also some other links posted in there for this in my channel for the Colt. There's a bike model. There's a PowerPoint presentation. So if anybody wants the information, it's there. It's there for everybody. But I recommend everybody at least file one fraud report, because if you file one, you've done your part. One is all it takes. I'm going to file them every week. I've been doing it since August of last year. That's kind of when I started Operation Concubine and started filing these fraud reports. I gave the IRS a little break over the new year, but I know there's a letter sitting in my mail right now from the IRS saying, hey, we got your letter. We have programs that look in these. You'll never know if we're investigating or if one's been initiated. See, Night of NI, this is why I file these fraud reports, because this is just over the top money laundering, man. And he's doing it blatantly. This is why I call the channel Full Frontal Exposure, because this asshole's running a fucking scam right in fucking front of the government. They don't give a shit. Why should I give a shit about what the fuck I say about this piece of shit here if he's laundering millions of dollars, obviously? And nobody says, oh, there's no problem here. Oh, look, there's a fucking spam. Da, 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 da. YouTube got a spam. Let me go ahead and email that. Every time I get a spam, I go ahead and email YouTube. Every time. Every time. Yeah, and at Night of NI, okay, here's the thing. There is no fucking transparency with the IRS with these nonprofits, which there fucking should be, man. There fucking should be, because the public's dumping money in these fucking nonprofits and they're saying, oh, we don't have to tell you where the money's going now. No, that's a fucking bullshit fucking loophole in the law, man. Bullshit. Bullshit. And Colt Watch, thank you. Thank you for all your hard work, too. It's all of us, man. It's the group. It's the group, man. But let me go and report as spam. There we go. Yeah. And you know, Night of NI, this is the shitty thing about it. It's like there's zero transparency in this. Like, if I don't pay my fucking taxes, I get a knock on the goddamn door from the IRS, man. But these guys, through the pandemic, these religious extremists just went fucking haywire, man, and it brilliantly exposed them. Really, all we had to do was sit back and watch. That was the cool thing about it. We just had to sit back and watch. It made them even more act out, even more extreme. You know, there's the gospel preachers, the prosperity ministers brought us probably some of the best comedy through the fucking pandemic, man. I've looked through a lot of them, and there's just some shit off the wall. Yep, BS reviews on Amazon. Yep, everything. You name it. We were talking about, let's see. Okay, the Convoy of Miracles, that's one of his scams that he's running. Okay, that's one of his little money grabbing schemes that he's trying to get money on. Yeah, he's Night of NI, he's buying subscribers and he's buying views. 100% all day. Y'all hit that like button when you get in here. Kennedy Mueller, thanks for being here tonight. Kennedy, case was settled, man. Case was settled. Case was settled, man. Don't know for how much. That's exactly why he doesn't have bank accounts. Then they'd seize our bank accounts, and that's exactly why David doesn't have bank accounts, which is exactly why David didn't fucking get a bank account or a loan. Night of NI, they're aware of it, I think. The Trinity Project. I could probably contact them. I spend 24/7 going after David. It's nothing for it's become part of my genetic ability. Yeah. But his whole stage idea, my silent partner told me, hey, they should have just fucking pulled a loan for that instead and paid it all at one time. But they couldn't they're not going to go to a bank and pull a loan. Michelle Jones, hit that like button. Thanks for being here. Happy Friday. You know, David and Night of NI, David's kind of the lowest hanging fruit right now, man. We got to start with him. Osteen is next on my fucking list. He's next on my list, big time. They fucking plumber fined $600,000 behind the shitter in his fucking church that's been reported in a missing fucking crime 7 years earlier. Yeah, that's an issue for me. Yeah, and he's not selling more than a few books a month, Colt Watch. 100%. Yeah, his book sales are shit. I'm going to buy one just so I could burn it. That's what I want to do. I want to buy one of his shitty books, you know, and just so I could go out back, pour gas on it, and light it on fire. Not even take it out of the plastic. Then he'd probably be, oh, that's a crime, you burned the book. Paid for, I'll do whatever I want with it, David. But yeah, no, I know who the Trinity Foundation is, man. And yep. There's a website out there too called culteducation.com, and it's a list of active cults all around the world, man. It's crazy. What we're talking about. Okay, so David's scams. Yeah. Stay on topic tonight. We're talking about, he's also got the university, Convoy of Miracles. He's also doing that. He's trying to preach like the Holocaust survivors and like that he donates money to them. The whole Convoy of Miracles is a huge fucking scam too. We could go on that. I mean, just that alone. I mean, the stage is costing him millions. That stage that he's having built down in Gladeview, Florida is, he's easily at the $700,000, $800,000, almost to $1 million range on that easily. With the cost of inflation this last year, the project should have taken a few months, but it's taken almost going on its fourth year now, or third or fourth year now. Dr. Osiris, all the way from the UK, what's up? Hit that like button. Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate you taking your time here. Yeah, he's got the Dream School, the Inheritance by Lineage University. Yeah, Colt Watch, the case was settled today. discreetly. The case was settled, you guys. Everybody, case settled. No more Harold Lewis and David E. Taylor. The case is still open, all right? It's still on. It's still remaining open until the whatever money's paid over, all right? And I'm thinking David's got to pay Lewis, right? And Chuck Wood brought up a good point earlier. I think we're going to see some extra innings in this. He brought up a good point. I think Chuck Wood is right on. Like, I think David is going to fucking try to snow Harold Lewis on this now. How much money is settled for? I have no clue. I'm guessing at least 250 to 500,000. Just a rough estimate. It could be more, it could be less. But for David, hit that like button, Shauna Lloyd. I see you. Happy Friday. Quiet Knitter. Hi. Yeah, David's gonna have to pay Lewis. How much? Don't know. It's gonna be in the 250 to 500,000 range, though. I'm guessing, maybe. That's cool, Stendek, man. Get some sleep, man. Yep. So don't know how much the case. Don't know how much it's gonna be settled for. Night of NI Harold Lewis, he's gonna get pennies on the dollar. Yeah. See, but I'm thinking Harold Lewis is gonna want the money up front. He's gonna be like, nope, fuck that, pay up. 4 fucking years in this case. And again, what the judge said, the judge quoted, this case has more gray hairs than I do, and the judge had a lot of gray hairs, man. His exact words. Oh, man. And he asked me, he's like, I don't have you on the docket. I was like, nope, I'm just here as a journalist, sir. And he's like, for who? And I was like, well, David E. Taylor and JMMI. I was like, I've been following this case for a better part of 4 years. I'm writing a story about him. And he's like, oh, okay. And Mr. Lewis's lawyer comes on, Ryan Keene. Jim Beatdown, happy Friday. Ryan Keene comes on and says, yeah, Your Honor, case is settled discreetly. But the plaintiff, Mr. Lewis wants the case to remain open until all the payments are satisfied. His books. Yeah, because he could tack on interest with it too if he wanted. He'd be like, if you're not going to pay me all at once, well, guess what? I'm thinking he's going to tack on a good portion of interest. I think at least like 5%, 10% maybe. I don't know. Depending on how much the settlement was for too. Again, we're not going to know that. Which again leads me, where do you guys think the money's coming from? I want to go out to you guys tonight. I really do. What do you guys think? He's got money coming from somewhere, right? He has to. He doesn't have bank accounts. You think he could possibly have somebody else in the cult that has all the money and is shuffling the money around to their bank accounts out of their names? No, we just started, Dice. We just started, man. But what do you guys think, man? Bitcoin, okay. His people, all right. Michelle, okay, Colt Crusader. And by the way, Colt Crusader's in our group. He's solid. I spoke to him offline. So it's all Michelle, okay. Makes me wonder. I want to know how much they settled for, though, man. Makes you wonder. Really makes you wonder how much. Right. Okay. And the money is all going to be tied up in property. It sounds like, right? And if anybody saw The Way Down, right? With Gwen Shamblin, the one, no bank accounts and no assets in his name. No, Knights of NI, he's actively moved everything out of his name the last couple years. Quick, dude, there's a shitload of quitclaim deeds done with this cult organization. Oh, it wouldn't surprise me if there's some sort of NDA for that settlement amount. Like, they're not going to be able to disclose that amount. It was settled privately and discreetly, apparently. And I could see Michelle saying, "Oh, it's proprietary. It's proprietary." Yeah, his books are pamphlets, really. Y'all hit that like button too if you're new. Hit that subscribe. Oh, look, I got another spam. Motherfucker. Guess what, YouTube? You're getting another fucking email. I'm so fucking sick of these spam bots, man. I just titled it another fucking spam. Yeah, Osiris, I send those all over to YouTube when I get them. I send them all over the YouTube support team, and I just tag them, another fucking spam, another fucking spam. I don't know why. It makes me wonder, like, why I get them. It really does. It's bullshit. Pissed me off, man. I think they're from David E. Taylor, yeah. Nope, they were not in court today. Cat Mom, no. It was just the lawyer. All I saw was the lawyer and the judge. You want to be my bot killer, Dr. Osiris? Okay. Y'all go follow her channel too. Her channel's solid. She's out of UK. I like Dr. Osiris. His channel's pretty badass. JX Poe. Yes, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Okay, but the residential center, right, has been bought. They own that now, cash. They bought that. They own it outright. Cult Watch, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't even... I don't even think he could say that. Like, he could probably risk losing his license if he were to say something, you know, to independent press. Man. I know Thice, our boy from Holland, Thice is our Facebook moderator, okay? A lot of our stuff that we do goes over to Facebook as well. If you guys want more information about this cult, like I said, there is there's a PowerPoint presentation in the description. You guys request access to it, and you guys can have it. And yeah, Kennedy Mueller, I would love to get the info on that settlement, man. Yeah, it's okay. Okay. Kingdom of God Global Church owns all these properties now, okay? It's not JMMI anymore. Remember, JMMI, they're most likely going to bankrupt that now, okay? No doubt. They haven't paid the taxes on that in 5 fucking years, right? Going on that. They've done a lot of shady shit with it. The settlement, no, I don't think so. I don't think we... Or... With what info, Kennedy Mueller? Dude, David is fucking hemorrhaging money right now, dude. Hell yeah. David's spending a lot of money. But Kennedy Mueller, all the properties right now, Kennedy Mueller, are in Michelle Brennan and, from what I understand, Joseph's name. Cult Destroyer, are you still in here? Yeah, Corona hit him hard. But Cult Destroyer, he's one of our silent partners. Michelle and Joseph are doing everything now. Cult Crusader, okay. And if you even go, if you guys go in the Chesterfield, Missouri County Appraisal District, and you look up the Kingdom of God Global Church, that's where you're going to find all these properties, man. You just got to dig a little bit. You got to start. Once you start looking into the church, man, it's not that hard to find because they're putting everything under the fucking church, you know. And the funny thing is what they're trying to do. Right, so they buy these they buy this property, okay, the Babbler Court, it's a fucking lake. It's a 14 acre property with a 4 acre lake, right? So if anybody wants to know where your money's going, it's going. They're riding jet skis and shit and buying quads. All right, they're having fun on your money. Okay, they're not doing these fucking huge crusades. They're not doing any of this bullshit they're saying. They're jet skiing and buying these luxury cars and all this shit. All right. So what they do, guys, is they open LLCs, right? They open an LLC in the name of the church to build a fucking house. Why would anybody do that? Questionable? Yes, 100%. The laundry. Yes, nice. I'm reaching out to you guys. Where do you guys think he's getting all this money? Like I'm really trying to figure this one out. Where is the money coming in from? He's got to have a source that's putting money into him all the time because he can't. He's got so many shell companies right now, Cat Mom, it was fucking probably hard to tell one from the other. What if he's in debt with somebody? No, but he's laundering money, guys, no doubt. You're not paying your taxes like that. Yeah, see, and right, he's pretty much losing JMMI now. He's now got it over to KOGGC. Yep. Yeah, right. Hit that like button, JB Stone. Thanks for being here. Happy Friday. Yeah, I thought God told him he was getting them all in a skyscraper. He's got so many properties. They have dumped so much money into property. It's a good thing to do because it's an asset. You know, you can always sell it. But with him, like, David's laundering money through real estate. It's pretty clear. When you don't file your taxes and you start dumping money into property like the way he is, I mean, it's pretty obvious. Don't y'all think? I have to be, man. Yep, that he doesn't need declaring. You know, when this asshole shows up to anywhere, it's like he's rolling fucking 10 deep. You know, he's rolling 5, 6 cars deep. G-Wagons, Mercedes, Bentley, shit like that. Fucking just, oh, man. Yeah. And what he's trying to do, all right, he's centralizing his cult. He wants to set up his fucking cult commune right there in Chesterfield, right in people's backyards and shit. You know, it makes me wonder what the fucking community members think about that. You know, money offshore, okay. Kenny Mueller, offshore, all right. He can't get no bank accounts. We know that for sure. He's paying everything cash or cashier's checks. I mean, if I knew some fucking cult commune was moving into my backyard, I probably wouldn't be too thrilled about it. Yeah, he did, Dr. Osiris. He turned a fucking Mercedes into a stretch Mercedes. A stretch limo. Fucking dumbass. When David sees Mercedes, he actually sees McDonald's. Yeah, David has pretty much spent more than they're coming in. See you, Colt Watch. Have a good evening. Tell your family we said hi. Y'all stay safe, stay happy. Prepaid debit cards. Okay, that could be a good way to do it. Like the green dot cards and shit. Definitely he's taking Bitcoin. Yeah, all he's doing now, he's just running his bullshit reruns. I mean, he's still buying his views. What's really nice is there's only 4 people watching his shit. And here's the thing, like, one thing I go back to with this all bullshit, how he's scamming the system, is like, he buys his views. He's got 4 people watching but gains thousands of views. It's like, damn, man. Cheat the system a little bit more. Yeah. You want to talk about that? Let's talk about the money laundering aspect. Okay, when you get money coming in from a church, right? David hasn't paid his church. Hasn't paid taxes on JMMI for years, right? But he's still preaching that shit online. He's still gotta own up to that money sometime, man. He's still gotta own up to that money somewhere. That again, that's why I file the fraud reports, guys. Because at what point does this become okay? If I fucking don't file my tax again, I go back to the whole thing. If I don't file my taxes every year, dude, I get fucked. We all get fucked if we don't. But these organizations, these super mega churches, you know, or David's not a mega church, but he's still laundering millions. And again, he doesn't pay his staff, so there's forced labor. There's no doubt some sort of sexual component going on there. I believe there's drugs for sure, prescription and illicit. I think indirectly there's some sort of trafficking going on. 100%, man. 100%. There's a lot of real shady shit going on. And this cease and desist that asshole sent me right here, this just shows that we're on his ass and that he doesn't like it. Yes, Knights of NI, that's the thing that he says under oath. It's like, he fucking claimed a dependent that wasn't even his. It's like, how the fuck does that happen, man? And again, I remain objective on both sides because it's like, it's the church and the government, it's like they almost got each other into the situation, man. The government just let the church run rampant and the church just said, fuck you, we're the church, we don't have to listen to you. And the IRS is the one sitting back making up the laws when it should be the government. You know, because the church is a national institution, you know. Paris Pocket Watcher, thanks for being here. Hit that like button. Where were we at? Let's see. You know, Dr. Osiris, that's a good question. I would like to think that it would be hard for them to not notice somebody like David, you know. Yeah, Kennedy. It makes me wonder, like, how can somebody like that go unnoticed? Especially when he comes out saying shit about judges being killed because of what they did to him. If you look at the map. Yeah, the two properties are connected. Yeah, it's a 14-acre property, Kennedy, the one with the court with the lake. That's cool, man. Knights of NI, thanks for being here, man. Thanks for being here. Every Friday night, 7:30 p.m. Central, man. I'll be live. Maybe not next weekend. We'll see. Depends. But usually every Friday, 7:30, I'll be doing a live stream. Yep, Shauna Lloyd. You're exactly right. The internet is a great thing. It's either a good thing or a bad thing. There are no structures on either properties with the lake. I wonder what they could build there. I looked at the property lines and I looked up the geography of it, and it looks like kind of hilly and shit like that. Thanks for coming in, Night Event. I appreciate you, man. They are building a parsonage? What the fuck are they gonna do with a parsonage? I know, maybe they'll build a fucking drive-in McDonald's so he doesn't have to fucking go anywhere. But the parsonage, I mean, how do they build a parsonage? I mean, they got 3 already. They got 3 already. Why the fuck do they need another one? That's what I'm curious about. Why are they so fucking greedy, man? I don't get it. I don't get it. Thanks for Night of Night. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you. Emails in the description if you want to chat offline, man. But yeah, why do they need another fucking parsonage? And they had to open it up under an LLC. Open it up under LLC for the church to build a house. Shady shit. Yep. How much more greedy can they be? I mean, it's a 14-acre property. I looked up everything. All this stuff you can find online. $2 million parsonage. Okay, 14 acres. D-Jack Reacts. Thanks for being here, man. So $2 million. Just for the 14 acres, yeah. I think that's what it was. I think that's what it said online. Right? And then here you have all these greedy fucking slobby fucking pastors like David saying, hey, it's better to give than to receive. Right? Then he goes up to Mayfield, that which was great, by the way. Yep, and again, Kennedy Mueller, isolation is key for these cults, man. 100%. They can do all their little fucking weird culty shit without anybody seeing. But David, being the fucking slob he is, it's kind of hard to miss. But I'm thinking right now, you know, David's going to have to come back out and start doing damage control again. All his little reruns and shit. He's talking about these millions of viewers. Like, he's scamming YouTube still. He's still scamming YouTube. I don't see why YouTube just hasn't taken his shit down either. It's kind of frustrating. Yep, he's got to do something, Dice. 100%. 100%. And Zoom, Zoom isn't going to do it. Paris Pocket Watcher, he's a narcissist. He is self-deserving. I just want to be a fly on his wall when all this shit blows up in his face. Yep, I hear you there. Me too, Paris Pocket Watcher. 100%, man. I want to see him come back out online. Dave, when are you going to come back out online now? Now you're done with one court case. Come out, put out more of your bullshit, okay? And that way we have more content. That would be really nice. But I mean, Dice, I think no, he can never win from social media. You're right, Dice. You're right 100%. David could never win from social media. He's created this big fucking atomic bomb with negative social media about himself. Yeah, you're right, Dr. Osiris. YouTube doesn't care. I was talking about it on one of my other live streams. They care more about the extremism, and they're more apt to censor the activism than they are the extremism. And it sucks. It sucks because ultimately YouTube is allowing the hate to be spread on the platform while we're exposing the truth about these preachers and these scams that are going on within the organizations, these cults and churches. You know, YouTube says, oh, there's nothing wrong here. Let's go ahead and let these guys just run their big scams on everybody. But when people like us come out here to say, hey, there's something wrong here, it's like, oh, you can't say that against the church. You know, but the church is playing with fire as far as I'm concerned, man. They can, like, especially David, because he can come out and say all this just ranting bullshit about how he's the number one Moses of the generation and he's the only one that talks to God. You know, and just says all this crazy shit, but when we talk about him, he's like, oh, you guys are persecuting me. No, motherfucker. You're just coming out saying some crazy shit, David. That's what you're doing. And you have no educational background, David. None. And you're right, Dr. Osiris. YouTube doesn't care. But still, where's money coming from? Bitcoin. I think there's narcotics income coming in. But he's got to be going broke, man. You know, Paris Pocket Watcher, if he's not being investigated by the IRS, he's gonna be soon. No doubt. They can't ignore this shit forever. I've been filing fraud reports once a week for the last 6 months. They can't ignore me forever. And if everybody files one, you've done your part. Dr. Osiris, I've had death threats from people tied to this organization. Yeah, I have the email still. I've already forwarded them over to the police and shit. Somebody who claimed to be David's cousin called in. That fucking Marcellus piece of shit. Started talking shit to me saying that David has assassins and if I'm not careful they're going to come after me. And yeah, shit like that. Yeah, I called the police up in Chesterfield. All that shit, man. Yep. Yeah, YouTube doesn't care. They really don't. YouTube doesn't give a shit. And it sucks. It sucks. It's the whole thing with accountability, and it's across the board. You know, YouTube gives us this really amazing platform, which is cool because there's a lot of good shit on there. Don't get me wrong, yeah? There's a lot of good things that have come out of YouTube, you know? But then on the flip side, you got the bad too. Oh, I have all the information for Zoom. Hang on. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, without Facebook and Zoom, David would be gone a long time ago. No doubt. Okay, here's his... Okay, so if anybody ever wants to get onto David's Zoom, okay, there's the code to get into a Zoom. That's the room number, and here's the code to get in. That's all you need. Okay, you need those two numbers. Yo, Bill Cosby ASMR, hit that like, brother. Thank you for what you've done. You know what you've done. I don't need to tell you, but thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't think he's on Zoom tonight. He's only on every Thursday. Thursday night at 7, it's like 7 Central. Take care, Colt Crusader. You know how to get a hold of me. There's a lot of good people in this fight, man. A lot of good people. Veterans, you know, people from all walks of life. Every Thursday. That's when he has his Zoom. That's when he does his Zoom meeting. Every Thursday. But the thing is the Zoom meeting he's running when he's doing his lives aren't the same, right? He's got an old ass video running on while he's running a Zoom meeting, and it's just there are no lives anymore. There's no more lives. David won't be live, I don't think so. Not for a while. But every Thursday, David is usually on Zoom. Like, let's see. I don't know if I'll be able to join right now. Yeah, it's only every Thursday. Oh, cool. Paris Pocket Traveler. Cool. Thanks for your service. Thanks for your service, man. I would too. I wish he would go live. That's like our comedy, man. That's our, like... That was some of the best comedy ever. And it was free. It was free. Marley just farted. He farts sometimes and you don't hear it, but you just smell it and it stinks really bad. I think so too. Why do you think he had dropped off? Money? He's scared. He knows we're watching him. He knows he's a fucking wreck. Man, I'm just getting fucking spammed the fuck tonight, huh? Damn. Big time tonight. Yeah, David, 100%. David's scared. He knows we're watching him. He knows he can't put out any content because he knows we're just going to pick him apart. And we will, David. Don't put out any content. Yeah. David will ultimately be his own demise. Like, David will pick himself apart. Yeah. We report him as spam, too. Because I want you... This is bullshit. It kills my view count. That's what it does. When bots are put into your chat, it kills your fucking view count. That's how David loses views, because he puts bots in his count and shit, like in his views, and fucking... Like last month, YouTube took away 30,000 views from him. Huh, Mr. Boy, huh? Took away 30,000 views from David. Y'all go over and follow the Quiet Knitter too. She's one of our group. She's a survivor of a destructive cult, and she does some really good stuff on her channel. And y'all follow her too. She's pretty awesome. Dr. Osiris, the bots. Such bullshit, man. Such bullshit. It fucks with the content creators. It does. It fucks with their analytics. It does everything. You know, YouTube, again, you're right. YouTube doesn't give a shit. Marley says, Daddy, I give a shit, okay? Oh boy. I know who's my boy. You're always my boy. I just got fucking spammed all day. I hate getting spammed too. It's bullshit, man. Why am I getting spammed? He looks like rerun, so it's fitting. Yeah, y'all follow Quiet Knitter. And she's selling her products online too. So if you guys want like winter gear, she's selling some really dope shit, man. No doubt. No doubt. Definitely. Like some really bright, like really fucking, I like it. I like the color she does. She does hats and scarves. That's the name of her company. It's called Just Hats and Scarves. Quiet Knitter, I think is what it is. Peace out, Dice Brother. Thanks for being here. Deuces. That's our guy from Holland. Yeah, y'all hit up Quiet Knitter's channel too. Yeah. Marley says, hey everybody, how's everybody doing? So we got off track here. Bill Cosby ASMR, yes. Yeah, this watchdog group has stopped his BS. It's kind of stopped him cold in his tracks too. That's the thing about it. It kind of stopped him dead in his fucking tracks, man. And I think that's what we can all kind of sit back here and kind of like be like, yeah, we kind of did. We kind of did. Because David he really hasn't done anything new. He's scared. He knows we'll pick his shit apart. It's all Michelle and Joseph now behind the scenes, right? And I think you guys brought up a lot of good points. Like, how can the government, the authorities, not pick up on a sack of shit like this? You know, like him coming out on a public platform and spewing the shit that he does. Like, he comes out and calls people's faggots and homosexuals and pussies on YouTube, like derogatory, you know, really hateful ways. And YouTube is like, oh, this is okay. There's nothing wrong here. You know, that's what I don't get. I've had a channel struck down just for less than that, man. Less than that. Tony or Steve, Paris? It's going to be Tony or Steve. It's usually Steve, Ashley, and Tony up on stage, and Joseph. Steve, Ashley, Tony, and Joseph. Then you got all the blonde concubines that are always in back, like waving back and forth. And mind you, all the women there are concubines, okay? That's what they're there for, that's it. Concubines and concubines alone. They are there to serve David's little fucking sick fantasy, fucking religious fantasy, whatever he's got going, his little God complex he's got going on. They all need to get out. We do have there is a link too also for cult survivors if they need a referral or something. There is a link that you can click on in the description. And there is somebody from our group that has made themselves available. This person is licensed in Arizona and Virginia. And so if you live in those states and you're a survivor of a destructive cult and you need some help, you can call this person, okay? Any other state, this person can only educate and refer, okay? That's it. And but Arizona and Virginia, this person is licensed as a therapist, okay? And a trauma therapist at that. So there is help for people out there who want that help, okay? It will remain anonymous. It will be completely patient-client privileged. Nobody in this group will know whether you contacted or not because that's how this is going to work. And we want that integrity because you guys deserve it. We know what these people do. We don't want you to be ashamed. And we know that these people are master manipulators and we know what they're capable of. They prey on the weak-minded, vulnerable, helpless, And we're here to make sure they don't do that anymore. David's the start. So just wanted to put that out there. Also, there is somebody in the group that has made themselves available, a therapist, okay, certified and educated trauma therapist, okay, that has made themselves available to anybody who wants to talk. Yep, that's the link. No bullshit. This is where this group was. This was the intended direction of this group. Get people help. Get them reintegrated. Get them deprogrammed. Because some of these people, the therapy they're gonna need is gonna be just extensive, man. Extensive. I know some background stories on some of the people in this cult, man, and man, getting a lot of spams tonight, huh? Who's my boy? Yeah, and Joseph Bush, I have the backstory on him too. Talked to a lot of people who know Joseph. A lot of people who know Joseph. A lot of people out there that care about Joseph that want to see him get the fuck out. I don't know how to spot them. Like the Blackburn Cantu, I only know how to spot the ones that come out like in Cyrillic and shit like that. Look like Russian. Yeah, I'm still going to file fraud reports too. And you're absolutely right. A person like David will be his own downfall. 100%, man. 100%. David will be his own downfall, and nothing is going to stop that. And that's, I mean, I'm happy he just hasn't come out anymore. Sorry, I would do that to Willie. Feel worse for Joseph because he can. Yeah, I feel bad for Joseph because he does. He works worn down and tired. He really does. So does Tony. So does Tony. Tony looks worn down and tired too. And I legit feel bad for Tony, man. Knowing what I know, it's too bad. It's really unfortunate that he's there, that he's got sucked into that cult, man. Really bummed about that. Most of these people, like most of the main people I've got the backstories on, man, I just can't tell them because it's like, it's all like personal shit, man. And it sucks to know the backstories. And then to see these people on Zoom, some of the people, the backstories I've seen on Zoom, knowing that the money's being moved around. It wouldn't work because to file the fraud reports, even like you're in the UK, you would have to put, it wouldn't work because you don't pay taxes in America. That's it. It wouldn't work. I would love to have people, and people have told me like, hey man, if we were in America with you, we'd be filing fraud reports right along with you, man. Right along with you. But Dr. Osiris, there is a PowerPoint presentation in my channel description, and it's a bite model of this cult and the breakdown of everything. Yeah, Paris. David, well, all these people, most of these people already kind of have some form of like, I don't know, Dr. Osiris, where's Twitch based out of? America? It says I'm going to block the camera. I mean, I file fraud reports because I pay 15% to be self-employed, but David doesn't got to fucking do shit. I don't know, you might be able to. You might be able to. Because if they're based out of USA, you're paying taxes to the US. I mean, does that make you a tax-paying citizen? I would think so. The other one just walked in right now. Maryland. Come here. Oh, then if you have to fill out an American tax form, then you probably should be able to file fraud against him. Because if you're filling out a fraud report, or if you're paying taxes in America, you should be able to file fraud report against him because you're paying taxes to America, man. I would like to think so. If you're filling out a tax form to America every few years, that's like taxation without representation. Catch my drift? That's like, hey, we're gonna tax you, but hey, we're gonna tax you, but you don't get to say shit about the money we're taxing you on. Sound familiar? That's just my opinion. Will it work? I have no clue. It might. I filed 2 different kind of reports. All right, dogs. That's enough. What I have here, I filed 2 different type of reports. One is an information referral, which is a 3949A. This has David's information already filled on it and Michelle's. So all you really got to do is fill it in and mail it. And then the other one I do, where's it at? Oh, here it is. This is to report a tax exempt. 13909. That's what it's called. Tax exempt organization complaint referral. I can actually report the people in the organization. So Michelle, Joseph, I report all the actors of the organization, report them for what they're doing. And then the letters that I get back say, we got your letter, but we're not going to tell you whether or not there's an investigation. You'll never know the outcome either. So, kind of sucks in that end because we'll never know the outcome of these, if they even start an investigation, if there's one going, you know. I would like to think though that he's probably pushed around enough money through the banks and stuff that somebody's red flagging his shit and somebody's paying real close attention to him. I would like to assume that, you know. But we all know what happens when you assume shit, you know. But I'm just taking a wild stab at it. Coming at you, Dr. Osiris. I'm sharing it right now. Right, there you go. He's made his presence so known online that it's kind of hard to miss, you know. Really hard to miss what he's been doing, what he's been saying. He's already had channels taken down. Yeah, I'm thinking he's gonna have to come out eventually and preach some of his bullshit. He's gonna have to come out and preach some of his bullshit, no doubt. Because he has to have a steady income coming in. Oh, you want to do Michelle's too? Yeah, I say do Michelle's too. And Dr. Osiris, when you get a chance, check out that other one, the bite model, the PowerPoint presentation. One of our silent partners helped put that together. There's all the information compiled over the last few years, put into a PowerPoint to basically break down the entire structure of this cult. Everything. People, names, positions. Like I said, there's 917 subscribers. I want to say thank you to all of you guys, first of all, for the 917 subs. If out of the 917 subscribers filed one report, I know some of them aren't in America, you know, but if all the ones in America, say a good 500 of those are from America, if everybody filed one fraud report, you did your part, man. You did your part. That's all it takes, man. Because you know what? They can't ignore these forever. They can't ignore us. We are taxpayers. And I believe there should be some form of like open books with these when they do these tax investigations. You know? Why not? These are nonprofits. They're being investigated. Millions of dollars are going through these organizations. We know that. Laundering money, these mega churches, all these fucking scammy preachers. And they're getting away with it. 100%. We know that. They need to open these books up. 100%. There's too much money going through these places. And the government's involved. 100%. It's both sides. Both sides are involved. It's almost like they're scratching each other's back, the government and the church. It's like the government's using the church to launder the money and vice versa. You know? They say there's separation of church and state, but there's really not anymore. There's really not. There is no separation of church and state. I know you guys always come to me when I'm live streaming. Yes, I know. That always happens. So I think I would like to push for more accountability. I would like to push for open books on this. Maybe start pushing for legislation eventually that these organizations have to open up their books to the public. This is bullshit. Calling bullshit on the whole process. Not calling bullshit on the institution, just the process of the institutions. Because it's the church not giving a fuck and the government's getting scared of doing anything, scared to do their job. You know, and the church is using religion as their shield. But the government's more powerful. They hold all the cards. And the government should be the one setting these standards for who's a church and who isn't. Like these false prophets coming out here, out of the fucking woodwork saying, I'm a prophet and I see God, give us fucking all your money and we don't have to tell you where it's going. No, that shit's gonna stop. David's the start. Joel Osteen, you're next. Just letting you know. So be prepared, okay? I don't give a fuck that you're not as erratic as David, but your ministry is next, man. You're doing some really fucked up shit too. Oh yeah, Dr. Osiris, this cult bite model is off the charts. If it's ever, he's Jim Jones. He's a wannabe Jim Jones. 100%. David wants to be Jim Jones. 100%. Oh, more than that, Paris. I think it's got to be more than that. I think he's got to be paying out like, I don't even know, man. I mean, to maintain those homes, those mansions, the taxes, you know, the upkeep, everything. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. I know, you're so cute. I know. You're crazy. Hi. I know you guys, like, I don't know why you guys insist on doing this when I'm live streaming. No, you guys are good dogs, yes. I know you guys got any other questions, comments, concerns for the evening? Miranda says, I do. Take me outside, okay? Take me outside. I have to go to the bathroom. That's what she's telling me. She's telling me right now, Daddy, take me outside. I gotta go potty. Please take me out. Oh, God. Okay. God. Having dogs is like having kids that can't talk. It really is. It's like, it's worse than having kids that can't talk. They just stare at you. And they do things to annoy you sometimes. But I love my dogs. They're amazing. But yeah, Paris Pocket Traveler. He's paying out a lot of money to maintain those houses. He's gonna have to pay taxes at the end of the year, you know, all kinds of shit. Questions, guys? Comments? Concerns? Anybody want to add anything? Kind of all over the place tonight. But mostly it was about where's all the money coming from. That's what I'm curious about. Money's coming from somewhere. And he's going to have to come out. D-Jack Reacts, I don't know how much he's making, man. According to him, he's brought in millions through the pandemic. But I haven't seen any 990s or anything. You know, if he's claiming he's brought in millions, well, where's the paperwork at, David? That's why I believe he's doing deceptive, how do you say it? He's doing deceptive fundraising practices. But no, he's not making $27,000 a year. Maybe he's making less, D-Jack. What if he's making less than that? What if he's making only like 20 now? Yeah, what if he's making that a day, man? What if he's making that a day? I always think, like, what if he's making more than we're actually seeing? You know, buying up that much property cash. I mean, who does that? That's a lot of money just to have, like cash to have. Because, again, they don't have bank accounts, guys. They don't have bank accounts. And I know for a fact that they wanted some of these houses to be financed by the owners. By other people. And some people are like, fuck no, I ain't financing you. Yeah, I love my dogs, Dr. Osiris. They're great. I love my dogs. They're great. Marley's right here. Marilyn is right here behind me. Called it. Let's see here. All right, guys. I think I'll go ahead and wrap it up, man. I don't know if I'll be live next Friday. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, dogs ought to go for a walk and it's cold outside. They just go out, go to the bathroom, they come back and they get their treat and they go back to bed. That's their life, which is fine. But if you guys want to contact me off channel, I have a Google Voice number set up, and then I also have an email set up so you guys can contact me off channel if you want to talk more. I'm always open to that. I like to leave the channel open to the subscribers, so you guys, you got any questions, or maybe you want to get a, title of it, you want to label one of the live streams or something, let me know. I'm all about it. You guys want to put a topic out for a live stream, can do that. I'm all about it. You guys stay safe, stay happy, man. And David, dude, it's good you settled, man. It's good that you settled. But that's the least of your worries for now, man. Fraud reports are still coming, David. All right. And so are the referral forms. So you can definitely count on the IRS still fucking with you, David, because you're still laundering money. All right. So again, you guys stay safe. File the fraud reports. If you can do one, you've done your job and you've done your duty. So with that being said, I'll see you guys next week. Or I might not be on live next week. I don't think I'll be live. I might be going out of town. We'll see. But if I'm not live next week, it'll be the week after. And again, questions, comments, concerns, leave them below. You guys, thank you. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers. Once I do, the beard's going to come off. So keep that in mind. Help me reach that 1,000, all right? Appreciate you guys being here. For that castle, a couple million cash. Yeah, they paid cash, Dr. Osiris. 1.9 million cash. Good night, everyone. Peace out.